So a couple of days ago, I reviewed a Sims 4 kit called something like Restoration Workshop. I forgot the real name. Essentially, it is a build kit that comes with stuff for a workshop. It contains mostly decorative items, but it contains appliances. And when you place these appliances down, they are actually placed down in a broken state, and you actually have to fix them in gameplay and restore them. And as soon as I posted my review, I got a ton of comments saying that this feels like Sims 4 business and hobbies leftovers. I actually couldn't agree more. The whole premise of the Sims 4 businesses and hobbies is to obviously have a hobby and turn it into a business. So we have that with the pack with, for example, pottery, turning that into a business. You could make tattoos and turn that into a business. So why not tinkering? Because tinkering was a hobby in the Sims 2 free time, and it makes perfect sense that tinkering and fixing up things would be a perfectly valid hobby to have. The workshop restoration kit very much seems like it fits into that kind of hobby field, as if it could have been used in the Sims 4 businesses and hobbies in order to run a literal restoration workshop, the name of the kit, and have Sims come in and learn how to fix things in a class. Is restoration workshop leftovers from businesses and hobbies? Is this another My First Pet Stuff situation where things that should have been in one pack are actually not? Today, we are going to be seeing if it's actually possible to make a restoration workshop in The Sims 4 using businesses and hobbies. Is it actually leftovers, or is it an entirely separate thing? We are revisiting my abandoned Sims 4 Let's Play. We obviously don't need a nightclub anymore because we are turning it into a restoration workshop. So as you can see, when you place down an object like this fridge, it immediately becomes dirty, and that's because it basically needs fixing up, and that's what we're going to be doing with all of this stuff here. So we are keeping this very basic. I actually don't want to over decorate the space, just so that we keep the kind of vibe that we want to. As well as the appliances, the restoration workshop kit actually also came with a water heater here and a fuse box. I don't know if these are going to be functional in any way, but we can at least try. I don't really want to put the decorative objects down that came with this kit, just because I know they're going to get in the way. So our business is called Repair My Loose Hole Inc. And this is where we repair things. So I didn't actually check before recording this video, which I should have done. Are there any business activities that would work for this? Right, attend classes and lectures, obviously. And is there fixing things? We do. We've got fix objects that are broken. And I did forget to install a ticket kiosk on the lot, because that's how people will pay to come in and fix my hole, my broken hole. I mean, what? So it's time to open up shop. We are level 6 in handiness. Chantal, why are you dressed like Batu? I don't know. What's your handiness? Level 3. Okay. Shanice, you better get going to do the stuff. In fact, let's first see if there's even a possible... Yeah, so I think what we would have to do is a handiness class. And obviously we have to wait for customers to check in first. Flangelica Foofy, I see you there. Are you going to come in? Right, we got some people signing in. So people should hopefully be fixing these objects. I don't know if that's possible. Should we try and start a handiness class? We need at least 3 woodworking benches. Oh, so to do handiness, you do actually need a woodworking bench, and you can't do it with this stuff. You can't handily fix things, so that doesn't work in terms of doing a class, unfortunately. I can't think of any other way really of going about this kind of thing. We're just gonna have to hope to God that people will start fixing things. Now, the horse is here. That's not really what I wanted. So let's look at fix objects. I mean, these objects are literally broken. So a Sim's actually going to start restoring these, because here's the thing, it's not necessarily broken. This whole restore thing is actually kind of like new gameplay. It's not the exact same thing as fixing. So it actually looks like the businesses and hobbies activity thing, it doesn't actually work with the like fix objects mechanic. It seems like they're very different, and that means this kit is not functional actually with businesses and hobbies. So can we really call it businesses and hobbies leftovers? That is very much debatable. I can't think of any other thing where like Sims would actually do this. I've had a look through, yeah, at all of these, and there's no other way really. So it looks like other Sims are not going to be fixing any objects. What if we reset object debug on this. Will it fix itself? No, it won't. So as you can see, it's not necessarily repairing or fixing, it's restoring, which is obviously a very different gameplay mechanic. I think that's why Sims in this lot are kind of struggling to know what to do. So, oh, I mean, this sink is broken. Is somebody going to repair this? Or is he just going to cry at the sink? Because, oh, look, there we go. Well, somebody's, oh, that's our ranch hand, though. He's technically not a customer. I wonder if the raining inside bug has been glitched. No, not yet. So anyway, Shanice has restored this, and you can upgrade it and things, or you can just brew coffee from it normally. So that's basically the restore function of the restoration. Why are you naked, Shanice? Of the restoration workshop kit. So it doesn't really function, I'm afraid, if you do have the Sims for businesses and hobbies. Perhaps somebody will mod it in at some point, but it looks like we're not getting it officially. And is it that they haven't updated businesses and hobbies with this officially because they don't want to deal with the backlash of people calling it business and hobbies leftovers? Or did it genuinely just not cross their minds? I have a feeling it genuinely didn't cross their minds, being honest. But regardless of the fact that it doesn't actually function with your business, I feel like no reasonable person can deny that this kind of restoration mechanic is most certainly something that could have, in fact, should have been included with businesses and hobbies, especially considering that this is a hobbies pack that only came with 2 functional hobby objects, tattooing and pottery. 2 hobbies only in a hobbies pack is pretty abysmal, and they say 3 is a magic number. So to add a third, like restoration, this mechanic's so simple, in fact they even bothered to implement it in a kit. So imagine if they just implemented this mechanic into businesses and hobbies in the first place. That genuinely would have been fantastic. Oh, tangent, something funny happened. Chantal had a nightmare where their in-game development video game was leaked early. Not like that would ever happen, ever. I have never ever had this pop-up come up before. Is this a direct attack at Sims creators for leaking, you know, Project Renee? Oops. Not that I did, I just cover the leaks that somebody else has done, but that's kind of funny. I've never had that pop up before. Anyways, however much I absolutely love The Sims for business and hobbies, I even said in my review, I thought it was like one of the most genius pack concepts that they've ever come up with. It comes with so many different possibilities, and I very highly praise this pack in my review, and I still strongly stand by my praise because I think they did a cracking job with the pack concept and the ability to create your own unique community lots. It's genius, really. My overall score of businesses and hobbies, the pack, was a 6 out of 10 in my review, and I gave the gameplay a 7 out of 10, and a score of 7 out of 10 coming from me basically means it's good, but it has a lot of flaws and it has a lot of ugly bits, and it can be implemented not in the best way, or it could be a little bit, I don't know, like too repetitive or whatever. So this is a great example of where I think businesses and hobbies deserved no more than a 7 out of 10, despite being a very genius pack concept, because none of these Sims, excuse the horse over here, basically, I'm sorry, none of the Sims are able to really fix this. And in my personal opinion, considering that this kit came out so close to the release of businesses and hobbies, they were obviously in development near a similar enough time, and it just feels a bit distasteful to add a restoration hobby just after a hobby expansion pack and have them be completely unrelated to each other. And if this is a case of there being multiple teams within the Sims team who are working on different things, perhaps they need to communicate better in the future so something like this doesn't happen again, because it would have been so much better if all these teams came together and developed some different hobbies for the businesses and hobbies pack so it actually felt full, and maybe Sims would stop complaining if they put effort into their consumer products that people purchase with their hard-earned money. Anyway, do you think this kit is an unethical kit? I personally do, considering it's literally come out just after businesses and hobbies, especially considering we've had like a million kits this Sims 4 season as well, and there are literally no hobbies in the business and hobbies expansion pack. It's all just a little bit shitty to me and very much giving my second pet stuff. You guys let me know what you think. It looks like Chantal has had another nightmare. A nightmare she was a contestant on a reality TV show. You know, that's funny because that was also another pack prediction of mine, that we're getting a reality TV show pack. What the hell? Is this directed at me? Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.